genuine vehicle parts. The happy world of 5FM Radio, your adult contemporary radio station in Zambia, connecting you to the newsmakers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM main news. The headlines. Government expects service to act on the cadres who recently disrupted peace in Lusaka. Africa Harvest launches the Zambia Country Board to significantly enhance the productivity of smallholder farmers. Kagame critic barred from Rwanda's presidential race. This news bulletin is also streaming live on 5FM Facebook page and YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, I'm Hebert Mutabi. Information and Media Minister Cornelius Mwetwa says it is the expectation of the government that the police service head the position of government against those cadres that attacked innocent motorists recently. Addressing the media, Mr. Mwetwa says that the public awaits action as it is known that the police service operates under the laws which allow them to respond to breaches of laws without presidential directive. He says in the past, cadres would be seen disrupting a peace of innocent citizens and causing confusion whilst the leadership was mute. Mr. Mwetwa says it is good to note that President Hakainde Hichilema reaffirmed his position by stating that those that break the law are on their own.
Doing those abhorrent and unwanted acts of cadreism should know beforehand that they are not in sync with the president and that in fact they are diametrically opposed to what the president stands for. And like he indicated, he may not need their vote, but that is not to say he does not need each and every Zambian's vote. He was simply placing emphasis that he will not walk the same path with those who want to violate the law in the name of being his supporters.
Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, FAO country representative Kala Makavi, says that the organization, together with the World Health Organization, collaborates with various governments, including Zambia, to address issues related to food safety. Speaking during the commemoration of the World Food Safety under the theme, Food Safety, Prepare for the Unexpected, FAO country representative said that these organizations are working with various stakeholders in providing scientific advice to the needy countries. She says that the organization further supports member countries by facilitation of their participation in development of international safety guidelines. She has added that FAO and WHO have developed aligned food safety initiatives to promote food safety.
Preventing foodborne illness and saving lives. Honorable Minister, FAO and WHO bring their own and unique perspective and skill set to the process based on their mandates. A standing information sharing and discussion mechanism was set up to ensure that FAO strategic priorities for food safety and the WHO Global Strategy for Food Safety 2022-2030 are aligned, mutually supportive, and complementary.
Aligning with Zambia's comprehensive agricultural transformation support program, CATSP Africa Harvest has launched the Zambia Country Board, which will significantly enhance the productivity of smallholder farmers, thereby increasing food security, improving nutrition, creating jobs, and boosting agricultural exports. Speaking during a media briefing, Africa Harvest Zambia chairperson Sylvia Banda says Africa Harvest can effectively respond to emerging challenges and opportunities in Zambia's agricultural landscape. Ms. Banda says this holistic approach ensures that improvements in productivity are complemented by better market opportunities.
And Zambia has not been left behind, hence the launching of the chapter today. What is the purpose of our launch? One, we want to enhance the incomes for smallholder farmers whom we are promoting, and also we want to build the resilience to climate change in Zambia. I'm sure you are aware of the situation that Zambia has been going through of late, of the droughts. So this is one of the programs that we are going to be looking at to find ways and means of surviving.
And Africa Harvest Chief Executive Officer Florence Wambungu has emphasized that whilst inviting stakeholders, including government agencies, NGOs, and local communities, Africa Harvest is not copying and pasting methods from other regions into Zambia.
We are having serious challenges with the food imports. Many African countries are not able to support their own agriculture production to meet their needs, despite Africa being literally an agricultural-driven economy. And when you look at that and look at other countries like even Brazil, Argentina, US, and all that, they are producing a lot more than us. And the reason there's no magic into this is literally investing in using research innovation to generate good varieties of what we call orphan crops. There are no orphan crops in Africa. They are really commercial crops.
Iteji constituency Member of Parliament Twambo Mutinta has announced at the beginning of construction works of Chief Kaingu Palace at a cost of 1 million kwacha sourced from the Constituency Development Fund. This follows President Hakainde Hichilema's directive for the construction of palaces using CDF. The parliamentarian says that the construction works are being carried out by the Zambia Correctional Services. He has described the scope of works as construction of a 4-bedroomed main house, construction of a conference house, construction of 2 low-cost retainer houses, among others. The works are expected to be completed by 30th September 2024. The parliamentarian has added that approval for the procurement of 6 bikes for the chief's retainers was granted by CDF committee, and in a few months' time, they will be delivered to the palaces. In other news trending this evening, Secretary to the Cabinet, Patrick Kangwa, has reiterated that all government ministries and institutions heed to the presidential directive of ensuring sufficient solar installations as alternative source of energy amid challenges with hydroelectricity. University of Zambia Unza law lecturer O'Brien Carver says that the enactment of the Access to Information ATI bill into law in 2023 is a significant moment for the country if implemented effectively. Up next, business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In business news, Secretary to the Cabinet, Patrick Kangwa, has reiterated that all government ministries and institutions heed to the presidential directive of ensuring that they have sufficient power as alternative sources of energy to power activities in the absence of hydroelectricity. Speaking during a media briefing this morning, Mr. Kangwa has expressed concern over the slow progress of ensuring that solar energy is installed in these institutions. He has reminded the Rural Electrification Authority, mandated to carry this activity to speed up its efforts. The Secretary to the Cabinet says that the financing for the initiative will be sourced from the savings from measures such as suspension of business class travels for civil servants, both local and international trips. Mr. Kangwa says government expects that all public service players will undertake their part in ensuring that food is distributed to all the districts severely hit by hunger.
The expectation of government is that the public service plays its part in ensuring that food is distributed to all the 84 districts severely hit by hunger. I wish to commend all public service workers through the DMMU who have contributed towards the distribution of food by the government to affected communities. Special mention here, the provincial teams and the district teams, and ultimately the national team. I have confidence that the Ministry of Agriculture, the Food Reserve Agency, the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, and other government departments will perform to expect.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Trade and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, Diane Rwigara, an outspoken critic of Rwandan President Paul Kagame, has been barred from standing in next month's presidential election. Only Mr. Kagame and two other politicians, Frank Habineza of the Democratic Green Party and independent Philippe Mpayimana, were cleared by the electoral body. Ms. Rwigara, who was also disqualified from the 2017 poll, took to X, formerly Twitter, to express her disappointment to Mr. Kagame. Here's a roundup from the BBC for other world news stories.
President Biden has delivered an impassioned defense of democracy on the site of a Nazi stronghold stormed by American troops in Normandy 80 years ago. He began by paying tribute to the Rangers who scaled a cliff under fire to capture Pointe du Hoc on D-Day, before turning to the values they fought for. The British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has apologised for leaving Normandy before the main event at the D-Day commemorations on Thursday. Mr. Sunak said it had been a mistake. Here's our correspondent Alicia McCarthy. Germany has introduced more border checks until the end of the European Football Championship in mid-July.
In sports news, BolaBet Zambia has launched a community football tournament called Bola ya Hood, aimed to unlock local talent at a total budget of over 2.5 million kwacha. Speaking at the launch, BolaBet Chief Executive Officer Justin Palmer says 7 compounds, which include 5 in Osaka and 2 from the Copperbelt teams, will compete in the tournament commencing on 22nd June to 10th August 2024. Mr. Palmer explains that 8 teams from each community will battle it out to secure a place for the finals, which will be live on television on 10th August 2024 at Woodlands Stadium. He adds that other than the prize money, BolaBet will empower participating community teams with playing kits and necessary equipment, while the community with the most support turnout will have a borehole erected.
When you look at football in Zambia, where the players come from, they're not coming from mostly from fancy academies like and stuff that we've seen so far. Many of them have started at the grassroots, playing on the sand fields with people who don't have resources and funds, but they're making stars. They're making people who can win AFCON, for men, for women's teams, players who can become stars in the world. So we thought maybe we should try and go and support them. So the concept is we're going to 7 compounds around Zambia. I think it's 5 in Lusaka and 2 in Copperbelt. And we're going there, we're setting up, and we're going to have a tournament in each one for 8 teams.
Meanwhile, Bauleni Legends team coach Kaluba Kangwa held Bola Bet for supporting community sports and giving players an opportunity to showcase their talents.
Mkomboni mwatise chikulu maningi chetufuna maningi talent kuonekera maningi and talent yamene bali nayo banyamata baina talent sometimes zisema coach chimativuta na kusanga kuti uliwandani wamene bazachai. So the program your Bola Bet from our side point of view is that Mkomboni wantu they are excited, my players were excited, Makolo were excited. Kaili, remember that Bola Bet sikuchacha penani kanya akungo chache kandege.
Here now is the weather update for the evening.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
The evening will have clear skies and mild to cool, ends the weather report.
Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the top stories. Government expects the police service to act on the cadres who recently disrupted peace. Africa Harvest launches the Zambia Country Board to significantly enhance the productivity of smallholder farmers. Kagame critic barred from Rwanda's presidential race. For more news, follow us on Facebook at 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Hebet Mutabi.